right, to the right, to the right. Bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it. Yeah. Pull up, Covenant DJ, man. This set has been really awesome and nice, man. These tracks, these jams are just good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. And of course, my name is Dave MCUG, practically and evidently the finest urban MC. The videos that just brought us into this particular link, one of them is Lena's, and that's the interview. It's the video they were talking about during the interview, as her featuring with lyrical Michael, and she was actually the vixen. Interesting over there, but of course, just to remind you, we are electronically on all socials. That's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, but of course we are streaming on YouTube and Facebook strictly. And of course geographically you can find us at the Hill of Peace, that's Namirembe Cathedral. And in case your TV has an issue with a Spree TV not getting the signals very well, just do one thing, rescan that decoder, and of course you'll be able to get us around Greater Kampala, greater areas of the country, and of course you'll be able to view us very well. And right about now, allow me introduce yet another guest that has just joined us on the show. We have quite a big news to unveil to you. Many of you know about this news, but of course we shall be able to unveil to you officially with one of the people that are a part of this big news. I want to introduce to you is not only someone who got a first-class degree in IT, but also someone who is an award-winning actor, at the same time someone who was once Mr. Makerere College. With me, welcome Mr. Wawuyo Michael Jr.
Hi, how are you?
Say hi to the people.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael Wawuyo Jr. I'm an actor, filmmaker, yeah. So happy to be here.
Yeah, okay, I've given you all these titles and you've only chosen one. Yeah, so Michael, speak to someone who doesn't know you. For starters, who are you? Who is Michael Wawuyo?
Michael Wawuyo is introvert. Yeah, I like to keep to myself. I'm a movie maker. I'm an actor predominantly. That's what people know me for. But also, I am a filmmaker, like a whole 360. I am an assistant director. Just a filmmaker. Okay, the reason I know about you is that you have a first-class degree in IT. That's information technology. So how do you blend this with the acting bit of it? How? It was passion, so to speak.
Yeah.
The whole information science technology thing was because I had to study. But my passion, my true drive, my what's the word I want to use? But my true calling, I found in performing and playing all these characters. So yeah, it's one of those that I'm very. That's how I just maneuvered into it, and plus also the grace of God and my dad. So it continues, verifying the statement that passion will always beat profession. Yeah. So the passion had to be the profession. You just spoke about your dad. We are going to get into that, but not now. Okay, let's talk about your journey of movies, of filmmaking, and basically as someone who is award-winning, as someone who has featured in many movies. How many projects have you done so far, and which roles have you really been outstanding in your career? I've done a couple of productions. I've done both local and international ones, but predominantly what people know me for is The Hostel. Yes. I played Brother John, the humble saved guy. Yes. Trying to pursue the love of Sister Hope, and then from then I played various roles. I can't really put my finger on many of them, but most notably, Sarah's Notebook. It's a Spanish film on Netflix as well. Yeah. I've also done The Master of the Jungle. It's an international film as well with some Belgians. Then I've done Yellow Jampa, which is a new milestone for all of us. It's going on Netflix. And I have done The Blind Date, 16 Rounds, Bed of Thorns, many other movies. Okay, this actually makes me believe it's been quite a big span of years that you've been in the movie industry. But then let me take it back a little bit. I'm reliably informed and told that when you were at Lohana, you acted, or you had a play called Jesus. I acted as Jesus. You acted as Jesus. Yeah. Talk me about that. I got you now. Now you know I know you. Talk to us about that. It was I guess you don't look Jesus actually. I don't. Okay, we're all created in God's image. I'm not firing shots, but then talk to me about that. It was my very first trial at performing. trying to do what I love to do. And I, for some reason, I remember the teacher on duty was like, Michael, we need you to play Jesus. I'm like, why? Why are you choosing me to play Jesus? I don't even look like
Did you have a humble character? Were you so, did you serve people in school? Were you so...
On the contrary, no. I had a very playful, I was very playful. And still introverted, but playful. But he still chose me to play Jesus. And I was very taken aback and happy at the same time. So yeah. It was a beautiful experience.
Okay, let's jump on the
open doors.
Yeah, let's jump on the hostel, and I think this is one. I'm ready to say this was your breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
Am I right?
No, I would like to say the show that gave me the platform, so to speak, to just be seen.
Where did hostel push you?
Where?
Yeah, where did hostel push you? Because many of you knew you through hostel, including that brother Jonah.
Brother John. Yeah.
Brother John.
Yeah.
Yes. Where did this push you?
I think it opened doors for most of us, and not just myself, not just for myself, but for all of us who were part of that show. Because after hostel, this is when we started to get different work. I got work in Nairobi. I was getting calls from SA. I was getting calls from all these different countries that had watched hostel and wanted to use either one of the actors that was on the show. So for me, it was more of exposure, so to speak, and I was very humbled. I'm forever humbled by the exposure hostel gave not only myself, but everybody else who was on that show that worked with us. So yeah.
Okay, you being a son to one of the biggest effects editors, call him actor, senior actor, I should say, director, makes me believe this was something that was maybe inborn, in family. How supportive was your dad, Mr. Michael Wawuyo Sr, to mention? How supportive has he been?
I'll tell you for a fact. He has been very supportive lately.
Oh, so
he has been very supportive the previous years.
Okay, so
but
at first he did?
Initially, yeah, like any other parent, any other traditional African Ugandan parent, they would want your kid to first, do school and tell you acting is not for that kind of. But it used to make me wonder. He's a filmmaker. Why is he refusing me to be a part of film? But I realized he wanted me to get done with school and just like have papers, and then you can get into what you really are called to do. So for me, acting is more of a calling that not even him could stop.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a calling from God that not even he could stop. And if you can't beat them, you join them, and now we are a team. We work together.
I do not. It's not only you, but
together.
I'm also told Diana. That's your sister, right?
Yeah.
Diana,
how do you know my sister, Diana?
No, I got you. I got you.
Damn.
So she's also. I believe it's a whole family thing. It gets into a point of.
She's doing film in the UK. She's acting in the UK.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to her when you get back to her. I want to get to a point of, okay, this is a family thing, and you are looking at dad as an inspiration, I believe, first-hand inspiration. Does this come along with the pressure of, okay, let me do much as possible to say that I don't really disappoint my dad?
Oh yeah, but it's not really about him for me. I mean, I've got big shoes to fill. The fact that I don't have a name of my own. Yeah. All my names are his names.
Yeah.
So I've got very big shoes to fill. And given his CV and the level of experience he has gathered in this industry is just unmatched. However, I don't want to disappoint myself because I've got standards I want to push for and those that can actually go past what he has done. Yeah, I want to do stuff and go a lot farther than where he is.
Yeah, I feel you. 7 days ago, we had big news from Mr. Man, call him senior actor, senior director. That is Mr. Lukman Ali.
Is he an actor though? Is he an actor? Is Lukman an actor? I would want to see his movie actually.
Okay. Yeah. In most cases, we believe that you cannot give something that you don't have. So I think in those demos or demonstrations, definitely will tell you to do this. But then he's known for being a director, an editor as well. Yeah. So he came out on his socials and told us how the Netflix company and the group had actually welcomed the yellow girl in a Jampa.
Yeah.
The Girl in a Yellow Jumper.
Yeah.
I think that's the right word to put it right. And this means a lot to you because you are part of this project at the same time.
I know.
Do you think this is something to say an open door for the industry?
Of course. This is a first of its kind that we're having here in this country.
First of all, before I get there, how did the news get you? Like, when did it get you and what were you doing? And
I was working.
How did you perceive all this?
I got a call from Lukman, hey, we have made it to Netflix. I was like, what? Like, yeah, we've made to, and I'm like, okay, so what does this mean? So it means other things. But yeah, I was on a set working when I got the news.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a first for Uganda. It's a big deal. It's not just for us, the people who did the film, but it's for all of us because we're being represented.
Okay.
As a whole, as an industry, and the more we can get more work like this out there for people to consume, because film is a global market. Yeah. We should be able to make movies that people in Australia and Hollywood, in the UK, will name it, will consume, or will understand. So this is a first step in that whole process, and it's a big deal for me. I'm very proud. Before
we get any further, let's have Joe. You should be giving me this trailer of the Girl in a Yellow Jumper, such that we can actually have a feel of what it was when Mr. Michael Wawuyo Jr. was also on set doing this live and of course featuring this particular movie. Joe, let's go.
Not so funny now, is it? Funny boy.
I think you've seen what we're talking about, and of course a slight bit of what the Girl in a Yellow Jumper looks like. That's like a small trailer for you to watch out for, and of course go support. But then before we go any further, tell us the storyline of this particular movie before you get your acting role in this movie.
The brief storyline is a man is drugged and kidnapped, and when he returns, he comes back with a very unbelievable story, a very ridiculously unbelievable story. And oh, by the way, it's based on true events. So yeah.
So it's something that happens every other day.
No, it's not. It's quite unorthodox, even in how Lukman tells it. It's not the usual breakdown of a story process. It's quite unorthodox.
Let's talk about you. What was your role in this particular movie?
In this film, who do I play? Oh, I play Jim. Jim is young, chole guy, Jim Akena. Yeah, and this look is.
You meant Jim Akena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Jim Akena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same name used in the movie.
Yeah, same name used, but I play Jim Akena, and he's a 35-year-old pedophile, and he is the guy that's drugged and kidnapped, and he comes back with a very unbelievable story. But yeah, that's pretty much what my character does in the story.
Okay, when you talk about Netflix, I think someone will have an idea of, okay, maybe something is supposed to come on table for both the country, the people that were in the movie, someone watching as a movie viewer or a movie fan. What does the Girl in a Yellow Jumper getting on Netflix benefit them? Like, how do they...
People who worked in the film?
First of all, the person who is viewing the movie. How is it helpful to them?
the person who's viewing the movie,
me
it's
now.
purely entertainment.
Yes.
This is not one of those movies you're going to find that has all these lessons to learn from or edutainment, which is awesome. I'm all for edutainment as well. But this film is purely entertainment. And Lukman is not a director that likes to preach in his movies. Yeah, so he wants to sort of give you the experience you had when you were a child, when you watched a film for the very first time, or an action film, and you loved it, and you were taken away in that world. That's the experience we're selling.
Okay, let's talk about the royalties that come along with this whole thing of Netflix. Through the streams, downloads, and all that. Which structures are there that every person who featured will definitely benefit from these royalties?
Well, I am not allowed to proceed on that conversation, but all I can say, everybody who worked on the film will be compensated. As
easy and simple as that.
Yes, that's all I can say for that.
Okay. In the movie industry of Uganda, I believe there's one fact I'll tell you. I'm objective about this, not subjective. I'm objective. I find it having a lot of mediocrity and some amateur bit of it when it comes to especially the action bit of it, action movie type, and maybe entirely the whole industry. The mediocrity bit of it is still on a high. Is this true?
Yeah.
Talk to me about this.
Well, we're taking baby steps.
Yes, we take it for granted sometimes.
Yeah. We not that we take it for granted. I want to be more optimistic and say we're growing, but on baby steps. Yeah, like there is some bit of growth in the industry. However, a lot more needs to be done. Filmmakers need to school themselves in this business and stop taking it for granted, like you said, where we just think you love camera, you just get a camera, go and do a camera. Learn the camera. If it's acting, learn more about acting. How can we get better? Should be the discussion tabled, because I feel like there is a space, there is a gap in that area between those filmmakers in Uganda that actually know what they're doing, and the majority that are masquerading around as filmmakers that have work all over the place and are making the industry feel like it's not growing.
I know. Because I'm coming from an angle of, we've seen good pieces out there on Netflix and, less of our work. I must agree that there are those actors specifically and actresses on individual levels that have featured on Netflix that are Ugandan. But then the girl in Jampa is one domestically, made, Ugandan, everything production and all that.
Ugandan.
Exactly. So I must appreciate that. But then I think I had to do that because I'm objective about it, and nothing like being subjective about it. But then I also want to look at the space between, film and movies about teamwork, I believe. But then you realize there is a particular league of, I'll give an example of Canberra drama actors, the likes of the Abbes. There's a space between that generation and that
the younger
clique,
generation,
and now you who are more of uptown, urban, and have this kind of urban touch on your works. I don't you think that gap needs to be really, since movies about teamwork?
Movies teamwork, and that gap of course needs to be bridged. But however, it's not like a very existent gap. Like, it depends on what you want to use Abbey for in a film. If you want to use Abbey for a serious man, he will play you the serious man he played in Last King of Scotland. Sometimes in Apple, he's an actor, he's versatile. So many of these filmmakers, the ones you're calling the older generation, my dad inclusive, are very versatile actors. They can conform. So but the gap, as we're trying to do we're trying to push more from where they left off, or where they're still. We're trying to reach bigger numbers, but it's really still a whole teamwork process. It's always teamwork. It's always teamwork.
I must agree that mastering a character in a movie is really a hard thing. How long does it take you to master a character? Are you as an individual?
That question takes, it varies.
Regardless of, I won't specialize which character, but any character.
Well, there are characters where you play and your character is like Brother John, very simple guy, calm, born again, He's not having. He doesn't have much to him in terms of a trait or a characteristic that's going to define him, or So that takes a shorter time to prepare for, because you're just going with it. You're having fun with it. But say like the one I just played recently. The reason I have his mustache, 16 rounds, Lukman Ali 16 rounds. My character he had PTSD. He was an ex-soldier struggling with PTSD, and he's a no-nonsense, short-fuse guy. So that preparation is deeper than you do for Brother Joe or for something else, or like a lover boy. So it really varies though. It varies from role to role, how deep or how different faced your character is. So it takes a time.
Okay, before we end the interview, because my producer is really telling about time, I want to know internationally and locally. Okay, many of those that I host, they always want not to have inspirations locally, but then I believe you do have. So give me your inspirations internationally and locally.
My inspirations locally, I will go with Abe Muchibi.
Okay.
Yeah, I have watched him perform since I was a little boy. I'll go with Irene Kulabako. She's a very good, amazing director. She directed me on Yat Madit. It was a European Union funded production.
Okay.
Locally, I'll still go with Charles Mulekwa. He's a very amazing actor. He's a lecturer of film and theater drama studies at Makerere University. He's a doctor at that. He holds a doctorate in that. He's Dr. Charles Mulekwa. Then I'll go with my dad. Not because he's my dad, but because...
I expected him to be first.
Nah. Zero.
Oh, man.
Bro, if you're hearing, you're not number one. Okay. But he knows I mean this with the love. I'll go with my dad because he's a very versatile filmmaker. He's the one that has taught me the entire 360, the professionalism about film, every tick and tack that I know about film. He's the one that has placed that in me. And
internationally,
Denzel Washington. Daniel Day-Lewis, he retired though, but he's my favorite actor.
Are you as cunning as he used to be and smart and sharp?
Daniel Day-Lewis or Denzel?
No, Daniel.
Well, depending on the role though. Yeah, so and lastly, Leonardo DiCaprio. He's currently my favorite actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. Maybe as we wind up, what would be that word that you can live for that any upcoming actor, actress, they're looking for a way to have their talent out there, and maybe they don't know what to do and where to start from?
One, you have to believe in yourself. Yeah, you believe in yourself. You know that you can do exactly what God has placed in your heart to do, and don't stop for anything or for anybody. Keep doing you, keep learning more, and stick your head out to be counted. That's what I can say.
Okay. Anything else that you have apart from the movies? What's coming up next? Are you allowed to even give us a glimpse of what it is? It can be individual, it can be anything.
I have been working on a couple of productions where I'm the assistant director and stuff. I don't want to appear in everything.
Yeah.
So I have been working on a couple of stuff as crew. Okay. However, next year, for all those interested actors, for anybody who's interested in learning the craft of acting and understanding it and mastering it, I'm having an actors masterclass next year, early in the year, around April or May. But yeah, if you invite me here next time, I will talk about it even more. So
definitely, but you can also use this time to probably give us where do people get you, like contact for this masterclass that you're talking about?
All social media platforms. You can get me on all social media platforms. That's on Twitter at Wawuyo, on Instagram at Michael Wawuyo Jr, and Facebook Michael Wawuyo Jr. All my pages on YouTube as well. Michael Wawuyo Jr. As long as you add the JR, you'll get me.
Actually, I've been told by my producer that the few minutes is adding means to really you publicize that project more. You may not necessarily need, like, this is the time for you to do it.
No, it's a it's a step to contributing to helping to help actors in this industry learn about the craft, because we have very many half-baked actors, even myself, you know. So some of this information I'm going to share is not
what do you mean by yourself? Does yourself being half-baked?
Myself being by half-baked, I mean that you haven't gone for the traditional drama school.
Okay.
Like you haven't gone to acting class or whatever, but how do you still perform in a very competitive market like this?
Okay.
You upskill, you learn more, you do your research, you stick your head out to be counted. So those are the things that I'm trying to help a growing actor like myself.
Is this quantified in terms of money someone has to pay, you know, for all this?
Yeah, and that's information I will pass on later when that stage comes on. But for now, there is for those interested actors, let's have this discussion even further on my pages. I will be willing to share, and we can learn, and grow.
Okay. Maybe as we wind up, just give us a small lineup for any movie. It can be a poem, it can be something in the movie league. Any small line, maybe it may have been one that you featured in, that punchline in a movie.
You want a line from my movies or something?
Yes, something like that.
God. This is not
yes. We cannot leave this place without having at least that particular line. Something that always keeps on coming in your back, and they're like, okay, this is what I used to do, and you know, this is what I did, and I can't forget about this. It can be a single line. Actually, if we had the gun machine, we could have that clip of the other guy in a Jampa.
Yeah, I think I'll do. There's a line I like that Lukeman wrote in 16 Rounds, my previous work. But this means I'll have to take off my hat for it. But
please, probably that's what I was looking for.
It's a 2-second line.
It's a pleasure when you take it off.
You know how I feel right now? I feel like this artist who has been told to quit a cappella or something like that.
I mean, we need to have the feel of a movie actor right here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have 206 bones in your body, and that's just one of them. Yeah, I'll just stop there.
It can never get any better than this. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate your time, and of course, we're looking forward to having more of you here. And any projects that you're having, coming, you can always come through, and we see how best we can push. Richard, we always have the third week of the month. We always have these actors and actresses coming through, because we are dedicated not only giving the music, but also the entire entertainment fraternity and all that is made up of it, the movies, the actors and all that. So when you see actors and actresses, don't just be surprised, because we are here to give you the whole package in a single bit of it. Thank you so much. And of course, let me get back to Confident DJ. When we return, I'll be coming through with Lawson to see how best we can also have the show going on through. And we climax it. My name is Dave MCUG, practically and evidently the finest urban MC. Let's come back.
What's really talk now? Tebamanyi mbu tusaba kironna misana bwe tusaba tebamanyi mbu tusaba Katonda